Welcome to Small Town Pulse with Steve and Melissa, where the stories are good, the coffee's strong, and the charm is home brewed.
We bring you the heart of small town living,
One story,
one sip,
and one beat at a time.
As promised, we are back with part 2 of our chat with County Judge Executive Scott Travis. We're jumping right back in where we left off with starting to talk about Taylorsville's big celebration of America turning 250 years old this Independence Day 2026. So let's learn all about it.
Last month we just had, last week, the 15th of January, they had the genealogy at the library, teaching people since we grew out of Nelson and Bullitt and Shelby and all that, how do we find where we really stood as people in town? So let us know a little bit that you know about the 250.
All right. Here's a question everybody needs to evaluate themselves. You know, how many times do you celebrate 250 years of anything?
Exactly.
All right, we got that coming up this year on the 4th of July. America is 250 years old. Now, I was 8 years old in, I guess, 1976, from 1776 to 1976, when we were 200 years old. Of course, we just celebrated 200 years in Spencer County in 2024. So, but America will be 250 years old. So we are planning a parade. We are planning a celebration, and it will have fireworks. As of today, we have a fireworks show lined up, probably a 30-minute show with a long finale at the end. And the plan is to be in downtown Taylorsville after dark on Saturday night, July 4th, 2026, and enjoy fireworks. We'll probably have bleachers there in town. There will be seats around. There will be food trucks. There will be entertainment that afternoon. On the 4th of July, Mount Eden always has a parade at lunch. We are not going to compete with someone in our own county. So they are having the festivities that they always have. But we are planning this. The America 250 Committee this is one of the things they are doing. The parade, some might say that's most exciting, but and it is, but equally as exciting is that the America 250 Committee is putting together names and locations of where some of their final resting places are of people that are connected to Spencer County that fought 250 years ago in the Revolutionary War and also the War of 1812. I was not taught much at all about the War of 1812 in school. But one thing that I have learned, my wife is on this committee, very, very into it. She loves history, and there are several others, probably half a dozen folks are on this committee now, and they are showing a lot of their work that they have done up till now. But we have about 70 folks that are connected to Spencer County that fought in the Revolutionary War, and probably over 100 in the War of 1812. Now, the War of 1812 was mostly a continuance of the Revolutionary War, but a lot of it was fought up north. And there were more Kentuckians fought in the War of 1812 than I think any other people, I guess, any other folks from different states, more Kentuckians. And so we have maybe a couple hundred. Some of them are family names that are still in the county. So it gets quite interesting when you get somebody that might be related to you, that was here then and was responsible for the history of our development and the history of us as a nation. But they are getting these names together and want to make it public for all of us to enjoy and learn from. We want to memorialize them, possibly on something in town, whether it be a clock tower memorial made of granite with folks' names carved in. It could be more plaques on the war memorial, because anyone connected, related to someone in Spencer County, you can get your name put on that war memorial if you were a veteran. You didn't even have to die in battle. You just had to be a veteran. If you're a veteran, we honor you in this county, and we will put a plaque on our wall with your name on it. Even if you're alive right now, you're welcome to get on our wall. If you have descendants or you came from Spencer County, we want to remember you. So but that goes all the way back 250 years. So there will be some names that will be put on our wall or put on this other monument that hopefully we can get put together. Because if you want to predict where the history needs to go or needs to not go, we look at the past and we learn from our past and what worked out. And what I have learned, and I think you guys have learned, and I think your listeners know, that all that fighting 250 years ago guaranteed the freedoms that we have today, and we need to appreciate that, and we need to remember that, and we need to look to the future with those thoughts in mind of those sacrifices as to where we need to go as a human race in this county, in this country right now. So, but that's going to be a big day. I plan to have another hot dog eating contest. We had one at the county 200-year celebration, and I thought that was the coolest thing. I'm not going to say second to Nathan's that they have at Coney Island on the 4th of July, because I like watching that on television, but it's more fun watching them in person. Yeah. And the top eater ate 10 or 11 hot dogs, and I know your listeners are like, dang, I can eat 10 or 11 hot dogs. Try it out on the hot in the sun, but this will be in the evening.
Yeah.
So and they only have so long to eat.
Yeah,
it's not a limited time limit.
Yeah, we tried to narrow it down. I didn't expect the professionals
50 or whatever,
to eat 60 or 80, but
Wouldn't
nonetheless.
that be fun if we could get one to show up though here?
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Hey, I welcome them.
Yeah.
I welcome them to come on. We'll have some good. The winner will probably get like $500, and so forth. But we'll make it worth their while. And Country Mart donated the hot dogs for us last time, and it was all just a community celebration, and it was done on a low budget. And this America 250 will kind of be the same way. It'll be I'm not going to say low budget, but it'll be high fun with natural original fun, I guess. So we don't have to be high expense, and you can have a lot of fun being classy and not classy.
Good old country fun.
Good old country fun.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's it.
That's all right.
It. None of this having to sit in front of a game console playing.
Oh no,
Right.
no,
The old way
no.
of just going outside and playing in dirt.
Yeah.
I want everybody to come to town and enjoy our food trucks. We have so many good local food trucks
do.
around. And we'll have games and events and a lot of history right in front of the courthouse, and then be able to sit and enjoy a fireworks show. And being the 4th of July, we've been planning this. The mayor of Taylorsville, Karen Spencer, Nathan Nation, been talking to both of them, because I knew to have a good show, we need to have a local fire chief involved, to what we can, what we can't do. And then hopefully they would have the connections to people that could set the fireworks. America turning 250, it's not just in Spencer County.
Right.
The whole country,
Yep.
anyone that's an expert firework person better be working that night. Otherwise they need a new profession.
Right.
So I wanted to make sure we got somebody lined up, and as of right now, we got everything lined up. And the fireworks show will probably cost between $3,500 and $5,000. And people may guess.
That sounds cheap for fireworks.
Yeah.
Last
Yeah.
time I bought
Especially
fireworks, man.
well, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree
They've
with
gotten
you.
expensive.
But when you get a professional and you get them in advance enough, I'm hoping. Yeah, if you take off and go to Indiana
To the
and load the
stands,
car
yeah,
up,
right.
go to Tennessee
Yeah.
and load the car up, $1,000 won't get you that much.
I'll get you about 5 minutes worth of fun.
Yeah. But nonetheless, we're aiming. My understanding is we'll have that type of show, 30-minute show with a big finale on the end.
That's
and
awesome.
and I hope everyone will come out and join us. It'll be cooler in the evening. We'll have the parade and have the usual stuff, and hopefully we can all have fun here at home. Free fun.
Right.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah. Only thing it'll cost you is the food you want to buy.
Right.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to eat anyway.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Gotta
That's
eat
it.
anyway.
That's it. That's what
There'll
I
be
said.
music, and we'll have a good old time. So bring the family.
exciting. So put that on your calendar for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
July 4th,
And it's a Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday
So-
night.
A lot of big holidays are on Saturdays.
Yeah,
or
this-
Fridays or Saturdays this
this
year.
year,
Somehow
yeah.
this year's shaping up to be really good.
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
Something that we did recently that I think another one will happen before this episode airs, but we did a community vision planning meeting at the library. And we had about, I don't know, 40, 50.
40 or so. Yes.
Yeah, community members show up. You were there, and just kind of everybody kind of lay out what they'd like to see in Spencer County, kind of going through the problems and solutions to possibly help us get to these places that the community says they want to be at. And so, what was your feeling about that?
Very good feeling about that. And again, I don't know how often it happens in communities. It's happened in our community, so that's what's most important. But again, bringing everyone together with unity, trying to speak with a unified voice. And I know, Melissa, you was there, and we actually, I'll kind of take that and piggyback on this past week. Basically, the meeting she was talking about had just individuals all over the county, and a lot of them were, say, folks from the Chamber or the Historical Society or tourism, about any group extension, any group in the community.
And just some citizens.
That's involved, and just regular citizens, anyone could attend. We just wanted to hear what everybody had on their mind. And I'll get hats off to tourism, kind of put it on. Miss Scott, Catherine Scott, our tourism director.
Did a fabulous job.
Yeah, we put this on at the library, and for everyone to talk, we were trying to identify what our strengths are. And of course, our togetherness is our biggest strength. And trying to get a unified mission of some things that are possible, things that are within reach of achieving in a community to take our community to another level, upwards to a better place potentially, to create opportunities and just to create a better way of life for folks. Not that if everybody's got it perfect, well, that's congratulate them. But most of us always, would like something different or what we think something to be a little better, and that takes effort. But the community came together, had several ideas, and kind of where everything has landed, we were wanting to put some asks together for the state legislature. And so we had 5 or 6 things that we kind of put together from this, and we've had another meeting or so even after that. But so that all sums up to what happened last Wednesday. A group of probably a dozen or so. We all went to Frankfurt, and we were busy that day. A lot of walking, a lot of meetings. We started out with Senator Jimmy Higdon, and we went on over to the Kentucky House. Of course, we met with Representative Tipton, and we met with the Speaker of the House, Representative Osborne, Representative Meade, Representative Suzanne Miles, another fella
Bray.
What was his name?
Bray.
Bray, yes, yeah, Representative Bray. Several folks that are in the Kentucky House that all put us on their schedule and wanted to hear what we had to say. And I think what impressed them all was we had such a diverse group that all was basically asking for the same help. We want to put something together. One of the asks was for some funding to put a seed type program together for small business to come to Spencer County. If they need a little more funding to get something started, some seed funding on a small scale, not a large scale, but a small scale. So we had an ask for that. We had an ask to help on some development of some parks. The Main Street Committee, I haven't mentioned them tonight yet, but they are very active, very together, very organized, and we want to support them to beautify downtown Taylorsville, to add some more lighting, to improve safety, to basically just improve the marketability of our town, to give people a reason to come to town. So that was that was one of the asks. And then another was to do some more infrastructure expansion in Elk Creek and in Spencer County. And then another ask was the Felix Stidger home, the cabin that we're trying to get built in town, and I will happily say, if you come into town, you go around the flood wall there on the south side, out as you come in on 44, take a right, and you will see the concrete poured. Everything done on that cabin so far has been done with basically local donations and a few grants locally, and businesses that have donated. Steve, thanks to you and your company, you made a good donation to that. And but all the work that's been done there has been done with that, and if that's not protected, that's going to crumble and rot away. It's an old log cabin, and if you don't know the history of it, I challenge you to learn more history about it.
We've got a 2-part episode on it that you can listen to here on the podcast.
Yeah. But
it was very interesting.
I'll give you some hints. The Civil War may have turned out different if not for the fellow that lived in that cabin.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll leave it at that. But he basically the title of the spy who saved the Union. But he lived right there in Taylorsville, and there's a lot of history there. Now,
what might have turned him into being the spy that saved the Union happened here in Taylorsville, it sounds like.
Yep.
So
I mean, it's a real good story that I want folks to be interested in.
I'm actually shocked it's never been made into a movie after hearing it.
Yeah.
And when we were up in Frankfurt last week, I was thinking myself about that cabin, and growing up here, lived here my whole life, it was just an old house. There wasn't any history. I never knew anything about it till the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So 40 years, I just knew it was an old house. It looked like it's falling down. And then it got condemned.
And it was.
The fire department condemned it. But I didn't know all that history story. But now we're learning the history of it. And again, people that don't care about history, you're missing out.
Mm-hmm.
You're really missing out. But
even if you don't really care about history or American history, it's still just an important memory to preserve.
It's just a great story to begin with.
Yeah.
Well, it's part of who we are as human beings, and human Kentuckians, Spencer Countyans, and Americans, and human souls. It's part of the human soul. You know, people. I love watching Ronald Reagan on Facebook, and he'll always tell the best jokes, and he'll have the best stories. And one popped up this weekend. He was talking about divine. You know, we as America, we started out with divine love, and we have a creator. And you know, we do have separation of church and state, but we also have most people, and you have the freedom in this country to believe what you want to believe. I personally believe God created everything. And he sent his son. If I don't believe in his son, I'm not going to have much hope when I die. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And but nonetheless, Ronald Reagan had a little thing on Facebook talking about the human soul, the desire of the human soul. 250 years ago was to have a place where they could have the freedom to worship as they like, and I believe that. The Lord was blessing us. You know, it's in our songs we sing at football games. You know, God has blessed America, and we need to be thankful for it. And that's all part of our history. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of bad stuff in our history, but we have a lot of good stuff in our history also. Mm-hmm. And we need to learn from that, and again, learn what not to do, and then do what we need to do. So, but nonetheless, this cabin. Hopefully we can get it restored and rebuilt to tell the story, and that it will be utilized by tourism, the Genealogical Society,
the schools,
whatever, the schools. It'll be a destination to bring people to town. I always say I want people to come to town with $100 bills in their pockets, and I want them to go home broke. We want all that money here in Spencer County so that our small businesses can take it and grow and do good with it, and that makes us all better. Makes our schools stronger, makes our people stronger. It keeps our taxes low. Mm-hmm. You know, as we grow, your taxes should go down because the growth creates more revenue. So you and your home can be taxed less. And I mean, we have done that in county government. Mm-hmm. I believe we were 6.8 cents, and now we're 6.2 cents in 4 years. We have lowered the rate. Now, a lot of people's property
Values went up.
values
Yeah.
do change, and but usually I want that to be enough growth in that revenue to sustain the needs the county has to provide services. And we have added a lot of services. I know I'm kind of running ahead here. We've added a lot of services in the last 3 years. We have that additional ambulance that now is running a half a shift. We have the sheriff's office. We've made major investments in it. Now it costs more money to keep people working because the cities and towns all around us, counties around us, with more population and more industry can pay more. So we have to compete with that. And we have had to invest in our perks or benefits that our employees have, with their health insurance. But we have made those investments. And we have to watch it close, but for us to be competitive and for us to have all the services that we need, we have to do those things. And
And when you need them, you'll be thankful that we have them.
That's exactly
Yeah.
right. The biggest number that I'm so proud of is our ambulance run times are from 11, 12 minutes down to 7 or 8 minutes.
Mhm.
And you add 5 minutes, you add that the ambulance can get to your house on average 5 minutes faster. How many lives that can save?
Mhm.
Now that probably costs $500,000 to get that done, but I'm so proud that we can get that done, and to me that's the best service that we can get, for what we have at the time. And this county 40, 50 years ago, we didn't even have ambulances.
Mhm.
They would haul people in hearses and vehicles. I mean, we didn't even have that. But now we do, welcome to the 21st century, I guess. But I mean, in 1970, I don't know that, we did the best with what we had, and we're still doing the best with what we have to meet the needs. And we've got the best county to live in. We've got the best school system.
I think we have the best fire department.
Everything.
We have the best emergency services. I mean, we're blessed here. We really are.
We very, very blessed, and I hope all the powers that be. I know the group that we've got here currently want to keep it that way and even make it better. And I'm bringing in the school system and the fire department,
Mm-hmm.
and I hope 10 years from now, 20 years from now, that'll just continue. I'd like it to be old habit instead of a challenge. I don't look at it as a challenge. Everybody getting along anymore.
Mm-mm.
3 years ago, I kind of did. It was a challenge because it never had happened really in this community. And but now people see that it's the best form of government is trying to get along versus fighting.
Mhm.
We got the best form of government now with us trying to get along, and
We can get so much more accomplished
we've
that
got
way.
that's right. So but that's where we're going. I know that was a long way around to circle to where we just ended, but we got on this talking about our visit to Frankfurt.
Uh-huh.
But the Stidger House, hopefully we can get it rebuilt, and if the state legislature can find some funding to help any of those programs, well, we'll make hay out of it, and we'll benefit everybody for it. So.
And then if our local businesses and investors and just community lovers in the area can help with the rest, we can get there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a guy tell me that years ago he asked someone in Frankfurt, why don't y'all come help us in Spencer County? And the answer that person gave him was, well, they don't want to get along. Why do we want to come and waste our time with folks that can't get along? Well, we're trying now. We are trying to speak unified, and I would say, Melissa, you would agree with me.
Uh-huh.
Last Wednesday, I think they were all impressed
Mm-hmm.
that we were all there we were singing out of the same book and wasn't even reading the book,
Mm-hmm.
and they saw that,
Mhm.
and
And they were impressed with how many of us showed up
that's
too.
you're right.
Mhm.
How many, and that we were on the same page,
Mhm.
and but we're all stronger together. What's our motto? United we stand, divided we fall.
Mhm.
Well, heck yeah, that's right now.
Well, when I first
He goes in
came,
Spencer County too.
Yeah. when I first came up to you about the Stidger House, and we put that little thing together, but it was all for Teresa Winkler because she was big on the history
Yes.
of this town.
We lost a
and-
local historian. When we
Yeah,
lost her, absolutely.
she was my go-to to answer anything, you know, and who to go talk to. And a lot of times she would point me towards you. And one of the things that she pointed out was people don't want to donate to something that's just sitting there. And once we put that in motion, you see
Yep.
how many more people came across. And now, you know, even senators and congressmen came down and were big on that and saying, yeah, I'm willing to help out what I can. So
Yeah.
that's one great thing. And I always thank Teresa for the knowledge that she gave me about Spencer County.
Yeah.
So
Yep. Yeah, she definitely had it.
yeah,
We're gonna miss her.
yeah, she will. But she's put us together and we're working out plans and things are going the right way from what I see.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's
And the
always going to be those little hiccups. I
Always,
mean, and
yeah.
they're going to happen.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good path that we're on.
And if you'd like to donate, we do have, or the Felix Grundy Stidger Foundation. It's a long name. It's something like that. They have donation jars out at a lot of the local businesses. So when you're at checkout, if you see a little mason jar, that's what it's for. They're just asking if everybody in Spencer County would at least drop a quarter in there. Of course, they love if you drop a bill in there, but at least a quarter. We can work towards getting this done, or at least put a few planks up and get us a little bit further.
I think they have like a 250 logo
Yes.
on
Yeah.
these jars,
Uh-huh.
and most of them I've seen have probably half full of money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
people are doing it, but like you said, Steve, people, I have learned especially after I got into politics, that people can visualize a dream maybe that they have or what they want something to look like, but there's some people that can't.
Yep.
And if you can produce something that they can see, that they can stop their vehicle and they can look and they could say to themselves, probably if they had another something, they could get a little further along. When you help people realize your dream and let your dream become their dream and let them see that a little bit of buy-in could make this happen, and when people get involved in something that's bigger than them and it's a community thing, and not just the Stidger House, but everything we got going on. When you can be part of something that's bigger than yourself, it's so satisfying. And if none of your listeners know what that means, well, I challenge them to figure it out and get involved in something that's not just about you, but about your community, about us, about humankind, and just see what your little bit of help, what kind of difference it can make at the end.
And that doesn't have to be monetary help. That
No.
can,
That's
that can be
exactly
your
right.
time and your sweat equity and
That's exactly
your
right.
knowledge and whatever else you have to offer.
That's right.
I admit it's not monetary on my side, but all the time I put in.
I was going to say you put a lot of sweat equity into a lot of
But
organizations. yeah.
it's for the good of what we can do for the community. I mean, I've always believed in that. I know I'm not from Spencer County, but since I moved out here, I've been treated like I was part of it. From the first day I met Bev at the scooter, to Dave at the teacup, to even the judge when I first met him. And first discussion we had was about boat parking, because there's no boat parking around, and he remembered it like a year later when we were talking, and we had a new business that came in and we were talking with them, and then he brought it up to them. You know, this is a conversation we had. So I mean, he listens when you talk, and if it's something that he believes he can get done, he will work on getting it done. So we thank you for that.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
We thank your whole
You
fiscal court.
gifts. Well, I appreciate that, and I'll tell fiscal court. Gifts are not just a box under the tree or a box on your birthday or even money in your wallet. Gifts come, like you all said, in all forms, and the sweat equity, the donation if you can't provide the sweat equity, and just all the gifts we can contribute collectively in the end will pay big dividends for all of us.
And everybody
So-
can help spread the word, share a post,
Yeah,
Absolutely.
something. That's
yeah. It goes back.
easy to do.
It goes back to, like we say for businesses. You don't have to go support the business by buying something, but if there's a post you see and you want to share it, go ahead and share it. It's free to share.
Or
Yeah.
open your mouth and tell your neighbor about it, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly it.
It all works the same.
That's exactly it.
And that's how we build a stronger community.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. Well, we know you have a meeting tonight
Yes.
that you got to
Yeah.
do, so we want to thank you for your
Yeah,
time.
you're welcome.
Appreciate it. And if anybody has any questions or comments or anything,
They can always stop
they
by
can
your
always-
office,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
You got
always.
open door policy.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yep, if you need to call the judge's office, 477-3205. We're open every day during the week, 8 to 4:30. If you need to call my cell phone, 902-1655.
I can't imagine the judge executive of Jefferson County is giving out his cell phone number, but all right.
Actually met him in Frankfurt Wednesday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he was up, looked like doing what we were doing.
Uh-huh.
He was going to talk
That's
to
all
me.
for today's
Even the big
episode of
guys gotta
Small
do it,
Town
right?
Talks.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing a
Well,
little
thank
bit
you
of
so
your
much
day
for your
with us.
time.
We'll be back soon. More
Appreciate
voices,
y'all
more
doing in the
stories,
community
and more of the heart
last time
that
I
makes
was
small
on,
towns
some
shine.
people
Until
called
then,
me and
keep
they
listening
Keep smiling.
and always keep your finger on the pulse.
everything else.
Yep.